Hey guys, hello. This is a wild ride that we just embarked on. Obviously, you're about to see the live footage of me taking a pregnancy test, and I was not expecting what happened at all, and I feel like you'll be able to tell. So I'm gonna go ahead and just play that footage, and then we're gonna come back and just like talk about what led up to this moment. I shouldn't be doing this, but we're just gonna do it. We'll see. Okay. I'm literally in shock. I cannot breathe. What? Oh my gosh, my chest. Oh my gosh. My heart's never beat this fast in my life. I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh. That's an extremely clear positive. Oh my gosh. What? I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. I literally just did this for fun. I wasn't even like, I feel like I can't process this. I was not expecting that. At all. At all. 2% of me expected that. No, not even, 1%. I'm shaking. We just got pregnant naturally. The first time we tried. That's the first time we've tried naturally in 3 years. And this is it's 7:30 at night. This is not my morning pee either. This is which is why I didn't expect a positive. I was just let me just do it for fun because you never know. But I figured with my evening pee, it was probably gonna say nothing. I'm literally in shock. I can't even look at this right now. Oh my gosh, I'm literally. Oh my gosh, how do I go tell Ken? I can't even wrap my mind around this. I want to scream and jump and cry, and we never thought we'd get pregnant naturally. We literally just paid for our frozen embryo transfer. That's happening in 3 weeks. But I guess not now. But we just figured we might as well try this month. We never thought in a million years we'd get pregnant naturally. And now we tried for 1 month and we did. I have to tell Ken. How do I tell Ken? What do you do when you get pregnant naturally? This is like only my like, well, technically it's like my 3rd positive pregnancy test, but it's really like my 2nd positive pregnancy test. I'll have to talk more later or tomorrow about why I decided to take this. I almost didn't even film this because I didn't expect anything, but I was like, yeah, I'll just do it because I always do. I always film just in case. Holy shit, I'm pregnant. Naturally. I'm gonna throw up. Okay, I just got out of the shower, so that's why I look not as put together. And I figured I might as well sit down and just talk about this for a second while it's still very fresh. I almost feel like I can't talk about it because my brain is still like a mush of emotions and I literally like cannot collect myself, but at the same time, also sorry if I have makeup everywhere. I also feel like I should just do this like in the throes of like all the excitement and emotions. I feel like I don't even know how I'm gonna structure this video. Like, I don't even know where to start. I just told Ken, and so obviously we had like a lot of conversation about it, and I feel like a lot of my thoughts and emotions were captured in that conversation. That was like probably half an hour of footage. But yeah, one of the last videos I would have posted, or no, I guess it'll be one of the next videos I posted. I'll just really quick catch up on the situation. But basically, we just did a frozen embryo transfer about a month ago. It was like a month and a week ago, and that did not result in a pregnancy, which was obviously really disappointing. We technically got, like I said, that's all documented, so that'll be one of the next videos that goes up, but we technically kind of got a positive pregnancy test, but obviously the pregnancy like wasn't viable, and so we wanted to roll right into another frozen transfer, and we decided like on the month in between we might as well try naturally. It didn't even occur to us to try naturally, honestly, but our doctor at our consultation after the embryo transfer failed was like, you know what, I'd love nothing more than for y'all to get pregnant naturally this month. I feel like that set off a light bulb for both of us, like, should we try to get pregnant naturally? Like, we obviously went years without getting pregnant naturally, so we never really thought we would. Obviously it's like possible, like there's nothing necessarily like, it's not like I don't have fallopian tubes or anything like that. There's not technically anything keeping us from getting pregnant other than our male factor infertility. Ken just has like a low sperm count, so like we can get pregnant naturally. We just never did and never thought we would. And then we were like, you know what, let's just try. Like, we have a month in between the transfers. That's just like how it works. Let's just try. So I like tracked my ovulation and we tried. I literally still don't have words. It still doesn't feel real. I just took that test probably like an hour and a half ago. I mean, I did not think that was gonna be positive, obviously. I mean, I've had like some things that sort of tipped me off, which again, Ken and I just like had this whole really long conversation when I told him, which I might make that its own video because it's a lot of footage. So you'll have to stay tuned for that video of me telling Ken, which I told him like basically immediately after it happened. I didn't really like do anything cute because I like couldn't. So yeah, there's a lot of information that you can hear about kind of like what happened in our thoughts and everything, because that's just like raw like footage of our first reaction and like us processing it together and like talking about it. And it's absolutely wild that this is even happening. I literally just keep telling God, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Like, I've been praying so hard for our next transfer to work, but I've also been praying since we did try. I've been praying like, listen, God, if you wanna, you know, throw us a bone, we will catch it. We are like open to it. And he did. And he's so good. And I still literally cannot believe it. But I did not think that test was gonna be positive. I literally, in the last like maybe 72 hours, I've had like little things be weird. Like yesterday my stomach was hurting so much on and off, and I mean TMI, but I had like a lot of like diarrhea. Like I had to go to the bathroom a lot, and actually that happened when I was pregnant with Cole, but I didn't know I was pregnant yet. But I do remember that happening, and I feel like that was one of the like signs looking back, like when I realized I was pregnant. That was like weird because I never get upset stomachs. I like never just like have that issue. So like when that started happening yesterday, I was like, am I pregnant? And then I today have also, I'm just doing it while I'm in the moment. And then today I've just been like a little bit nauseous. I literally felt like when we were on our walk, and like a lot of time this morning I like literally just felt like I couldn't I even told Ken on our walk, I was like, I feel like I can't take a deep breath right now. Like, I don't know why, but I feel so out of breath. And I was still a little bit nauseous. And I've had like, I don't know, a little bit of uterine, I wouldn't even call it cramping, more just like maybe a pressure you could call it. But I don't know, no like really overwhelming symptoms, like no intense like nausea or, you know, like my boobs hurting, like really nothing super crazy. It was just things that were out of the norm. I just usually don't get a stomach ache, but we also like went out to breakfast yesterday, so I thought maybe it was like something that I ate, but I don't have like a sensitive stomach. So I really like had like a couple little signs, which again you'll hear when we talk, that maybe tipped me off that I could be pregnant, but I didn't actually think I was pregnant just because like we tried naturally once. This is our first time trying naturally in like 3 years. And like it worked. Like we didn't think we'd get pregnant naturally ever. Or maybe like once. Like we always talked about like, I bet you will get pregnant like naturally, like maybe once, like randomly. Not the one time we try in between transfers. Like the one, I don't even know what the odds of that are, but they're probably like 0.01%. Like I literally can't even believe it. So I really didn't think that was positive, or I really didn't think the test was gonna be positive. But at the same time, I was like, my period was technically supposed to come today according to when I started my estrogen supplementation, but according to my app, my period's due tomorrow. But I just like don't really like, I don't really feel it coming on. Not that I normally do, but it just like doesn't seem like it's coming. And the last time for the last transfer that I started the estrogen, I got my period like 3 days later. So it's been, you know, 4 or 5 days longer than that. And so technically by like tomorrow, this time tomorrow, I would have been late. And I was like, you know what, let me just like check, like let me literally just check, because we tried, and because like I had this like tiny little itch in the back of my head, I was like, let me just check. Just because obviously if you're pregnant you want to know, like just so I can, I mean I feel like we're always, especially since we're in the middle of like doing transfers, I feel like we've already kind of been acting, you know, like I'm pregnant in the sense of like preparing for it. And I've been drinking decaf coffee and taking all the medications and like just trying to do everything, like not using my lash serum or my scalp serum, or like just not doing anything potentially to hinder the transfer process and all of that. So it's not like there's like anything crazy I need to like start or stop doing, but at the same time, I don't know, I just wanted to know. So I was like, let me just do it. I know it's the end of the day, so it's unlikely that it will, you know, have enough, not unlikely, but like there's a chance that there won't be enough like concentration of the HCG to, you know, give me a positive test. And it might be too early, because obviously some people like don't even get a positive test until they miss their period and stuff. So I was like, let me just do it. I was literally not gonna film it. I was not gonna film it because I was like, this is gonna be negative. I always film it and it's always negative, so like what's the point? But I was like, you know, no, I always film, whether it's negative or not, I like to film it and just document it and get my reaction and whatever. And so I was like, whatever, I'll just film it. But like, as you saw in the footage, I usually give like a little bit of a lead up. I'm normally like, okay, this is what I've been feeling, this is why I'm doing it. Like, I didn't do any of that. I didn't give any preamble. I was just like, let's just do it because it's gonna be negative, so this is a waste of my time. And then I literally peed on the stick. I thought I heard Ken coming in the freaking room, which is why the tape just like cuts out of nowhere. And he wasn't, so I don't even know what made the door make that noise, but that startled me, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna walk in and like ruin the surprise. And then I went, before I looked at the test, obviously, I went and mopped the laundry room while I waited for it to like develop. And then when I saw the positive, plus it's like those really cheap little strip tests, which like even, I feel like it's like hard to get a good positive on those unless you're like quite pregnant, because even when I got kind of a faint positive with our last transfer, like I got nothing on those strips. So the fact that that was so positive, I was like, literally my brain, I swear, everything grinded to a halt in my head. And it still doesn't feel real. Like even Ken was saying, like I feel like we're just talking about it and like saying it to each other, but like obviously doesn't feel like a real thing. Like I am with child, I am pregnant, and we did it naturally. I never thought I would get pregnant naturally. Like it literally didn't even occur to me to try, because it was just like, no, we do IVF, like that's just what we do. And then we try once and it works. Like I literally just took a shower and I was like talking to my freaking belly like, oh, we love you so much already. This is just wild. I haven't cried yet, which is, I'm not much of a crier. I even actually said that in my last pregnancy reaction video. I like cried, which I don't normally cry, and I was surprised in that video that I did, and I haven't cried because I feel like if we had done a transfer and I was kind of expecting or hoping that it had worked, I feel like I would have been more prepared to take a test and like get the results. But because we didn't do a transfer, like we were just trying, throwing up like a 3-pointer and just like seeing if it was gonna go in or not, because like I didn't expect anything or even hope, really. I feel like I wasn't prepared to process a potentially negative or a potentially positive pregnancy test. I was very prepared to process a negative test. I was not prepared for a positive test, like you are with a embryo transfer. I feel like you hope for and are almost a little bit expect a positive, and so you're a little more ready. I was not ready for that result, so I feel like my emotions have not caught up with me. I don't know if or when they will, and I don't think that I hate when people like expect emotions out of themselves. Like I don't expect myself to cry. I don't feel like you have to be happy or surprised or whatever. I literally feel like my brain is still just scrambled eggs, and I don't know, maybe when I wake up tomorrow I'll have a little more clarity, but right now I just feel like, and it's been quite a long day and it's gonna be a long weekend, so I also feel like it's the end of the night and I'm a little bit just like shot. But I mean, I've been pregnant for however long now, didn't really know it, didn't really have any signs, and now here we are and we're pregnant naturally. So obviously the next thing is to, God willing, and I've already been talking to him about this, like just stay pregnant, and I'm just praying for a healthy full-term pregnancy, healthy full-term baby, like all the things, of course. I don't know if my clinic, I sent them a message, I don't know if they are gonna want me to stay on the estrogen and like also take the progesterone like I normally would if I was pregnant, you know, via embryo transfer, just to like kind of help the process along. I don't know if they'll want to do an ultrasound with me or for me, or if they'll just be like, you got pregnant naturally, like you're on your own, you know, to a degree. Obviously I have my OB and stuff like that. I don't know how it works when you get pregnant in the middle of, you know, the process of doing an embryo transfer. Like I literally just paid for embryo transfer like 48 hours ago, like got our financial clearance. Stuff like that. Anyway, my legs are falling asleep. So yeah, now, I mean, and that's the other thing, again, you'll hear in the video with Ken, but like, I feel like typically because we do IVF and we know when my transfer is gonna be and like when I'm gonna get pregnant, we kind of prepare for it and we know kind of like, oh, this is gonna be like my last beer or my last, you know, sushi or like whatever, kind of do like a last hurrah. And like this time, obviously we didn't, because I had no idea like when I was getting pregnant or if I would get pregnant, when it would implant, like all that stuff. The timeline's very different. So we didn't do any of that stuff. So I just haven't even, I feel like now I'm like scrambling. I feel like I haven't had time to mentally prepare for this because I never expected it to happen. I just knew our transfer was gonna be in like 3 weeks. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, like I have to tell the clinic and I have to, you know, talk to the financial advisor, and then I technically, I guess, have to call my OB as well. And then like, what do you do now? Oh, I have to get like the pregnancy apps and document my symptoms, and like it's now feels like I'm obviously, we're not gonna go super ham. I literally just found out an hour or two ago, but I just feel like obviously there are initial steps you have to do, and it's like normally like I'm on a timeline with someone else, like a doctor, like I have to come in for my blood work on this day, and then you continue taking the medications, and then you have an ultrasound on this day, and it's like all very planned out. But now that this like just spontaneously happened, we don't know how this works. We've never gotten pregnant naturally. Like I said in those clips, this is technically my 3rd positive pregnancy test, but like I said, the one last time was an extremely faint positive, to the point where it was a positive, but not one that you could like show anybody and be like, see, I'm pregnant. Like, it wasn't like that. So either way, this is our very first natural positive pregnancy test, and it literally feels like I'm in an alternate reality. Ken and I are like, how are we supposed to focus on anything or do anything? Like, this is such a shock to the system. Like, these are just, I'm just word vomiting obviously at this point, because it is just so insane that this was even possible, that it happened. Like, we literally just tried this 1 month on the off chance, and it worked. We tried for years with nothing, and then I told Ken, like, that's what they say, like, tell God your plans and like listen to him laugh. Like, that's, or what is the thing, you want to, the best way to make God laugh is to tell him your plans, or like whatever, you know what I'm saying. But the one thing is, again, this is in the footage with telling my husband, but I looked up my due date. Obviously it's just like a random due date calculator, but my due date would be the day before my due date with Cole. So these guys could have like almost the same birthday. probably not exactly, you know, how we would have scheduled things, but we will take it. We will take it. Could be cool. Could be a cool thing for them. So anyway, that's what just happened. I guess I'll be starting some pregnancy vlogs or pregnancy videos. Gotta take like my progression videos and pictures. I'm just thinking out loud at this point. Anyway, I think I need to like get in bed and like just collect myself. We have like a family party this weekend and I don't know how we're gonna like not tell anybody there. It's gonna be, it'll be good. I'll probably like be distracted and I won't like be hung up on holy shit, because that's all my brain is doing right now. So anyway, yeah, I'm pregnant actually. What? It's the next morning. It's literally like 5:30. But I feel like one of the fun things is getting to watch the line get darker. So I'm gonna do one of these and then I'm gonna do one of these, like a more legit one as well. I literally just did the strip one and you can already see the positive line. It's been like 20 seconds and it's supposed to take 5 minutes. Oh, shit. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh my gosh. That didn't even take like 10 seconds. I literally can't believe it. Like, I didn't sleep last night hardly at all. I think for obvious reasons. Like, these are like very loud positives and that is just, this is the craziest thing that's ever happened to us.